I'm gonna watch you die.
Watch me die and then what? And then what?
Come on, LL, I know you could save this guy from the water. You said yourself in the theme song from Deep Blue Sea that your hand was like a shark fin. Jesse Shade here for Awfully Good Movies on behalf of the JoBlo YouTube network. And I have been as heartbroken as everyone else is at the recent news of the passing of the late, great Val Kilmer. From his hilarious debut in Top Secret to his emotional farewell in Top Gun Maverick, the man made great movies greater and bad movies better. And nowhere was that more evident than his brief role in this forgotten Rennie Harlan slasher, where he plays an FBI profiler who teaches some of his fellow agents the art of becoming a mind hunter, with an unusual training exercise that goes fatally wrong. So let's hand things over to our horror expert, Tyler Nichols, for this federally protected episode of Awfully Good Movies.
Like most people, I was very saddened to hear of the passing of Val Kilmer. He delivered so many wonderful performances over the years in so many classic films that it's hard not to feel something with his death. I mean, hell, it's Doc Holliday.
I'm your huckleberry.
And while there are plenty of great films of his to check out, from Heat to Tombstone, all the way to his comedy classics like Real Genius or Top Secret, but you know what show this is. We're not looking at any of those. Instead, let me take you back to the year 2005, just before Kilmer would have a career resurgence with Shane Black's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He would star as FBI agent Jake Harris, a man who helps train FBI profilers. But during one of the examinations, they soon discover that the serial killer thereafter is actually hunting them. So join us today as we get into the insanity of Rennie Harlan's Mindhunters.
The majority of murders are committed by someone known to the victim. Those that are not solved within the first 48 hours seldom are. Not so with serial killers.
I'm convinced most people learn of this movie when trying to find David Fincher's Mindhunter, only to discover this piece of shit.
Hey, y'all don't say that.
Shut up.
Like many of our all-time cinema greats, Mindhunters was possible due to a generous tax break from the Dutch government. So if you're ever wondering why such schlock was given so much money, blame the Dutch.
Dutch hater.
And if you thought Jigsaw was an overplanner, take a drink every time there's some convoluted plan involved in Mindhunters. It happens a lot.
Man, there's circuit breakers in that storeroom. Can you get there? Can you reach it?
The movie starts off and we're immediately introduced to Christian Slater's J.D. Reston and Catherine Morris's Sarah Moore. Sarah is our de facto lead, but we don't quite know that yet. They're after a serial killer, but the only thing that will get them to go inside the building are stock screams. Well, what do you know? They go inside and the set design in this cracks me up. It's like someone went, what can we do to make sure the audience really knows that this guy they're after is a bad dude? I know, he'll have dogs and cats hanging from hooks in his room, like he's Pinhead with a hobby in taxidermy.
Check the girls.
Yeah, they're dead, Mr. Slater. But this all leads to the most absurd moment. The killer gets the jump on them, and everyone gets shot Mexican standoff style. Only they don't. The lights come on and it's revealed that this was all a test. That's all fine and dandy, except for the fact that Slater is 100% acting like he's getting shot for real. Hell, everyone in this scene is acting like they just went to Juilliard. I love the commitment. It also cracks me up that this was all just set dressing. I mean, they immediately start tearing down the set, including walking out the dead bodies. Maybe save it till morning. That's when we're finally introduced to Val Kilmer's Jake Harris. And Kilmer is fucking fantastic here. He just completely dresses them both down, and is so in control of the situation as he does.
The unsub was apprehended in under 2 minutes, without a shot fired. Took you guys 7 minutes, and you killed your partner. Have some cake.
His calm and collect demeanor helps the audience immediately know that he's an authority figure.
You're a privileged group. You're all smart or you wouldn't be here. I just want you to be smarter.
Mindhunters boasts a fun cast of character actors with Johnny Lee Miller, Clifton Collins Jr., Patricia Velasquez, and Ian Bailey. We've even got LL Cool J, because you just couldn't have a horror movie in the 2000s without some rapper involved.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
They're all part of this group of FBI profilers being trained by Kilmer. And how do we show that they're really good at their jobs? Well, by having them give us character traits of random strangers at a bar.
I am a pretty little thing, just out of lit class at GMU.
Look, it didn't work for Melissa Barrera and Abigail, and it doesn't work here. Anyone that does this kind of thing just ends up looking like a tool bag. Don't be like these people. In fact, take a drink whenever one of these dummies is used as a red herring for the killer. So Kilmer's whole plan is for one big final exam to test the FBI profiler's skills. They set up at this military compound on an island, which Kilmer has dressed it with various traps and clues.
Don't forget you're 50 miles offshore, so if you run out of toilet paper, you are shit out of luck.
The goal of the weekend is for the profilers to find the identity of a killer known as the Puppeteer. Sadly, we lose Kilmer at around the 19-minute mark, which is too bad as he's absolutely the standout of the film. The man just has so much exposition to dump, yet he does it so naturally that it hardly even feels like an information overload. And I'll always love the ability for Hollywood to make a sexy situation out of anything. These people are on this mysterious island trying to find a supposed serial killer, and their minds go right to hanky-panky.
You are seriously fucked up, you know that?
Look, I get it. Imhotep already proved that the juice is definitely worth the squeeze here. But come on, Slater, keep it in your pants. They come across various crime scenes that are supposed to help them with their case. Sarah comes across a dead hanging cat, signaling to the group that someone else is clearly on the island with them. Eventually, it's revealed that this isn't a test, and a serial killer has taken over the compound, picking off the profilers one by one. They find that out when Christian Slater gets frozen and his body fucking breaks apart. I can dog a lot in this movie, but the fact that Christian Slater feels like our lead, only to have him die at the 30-minute mark, is quite ballsy. Though it always cracks me up that it comes about due to an elaborate domino setup. This movie just loves its convoluted setups. Slater's death causes them to try to get out of Dodge, which leads them to this ridiculous boat explosion. I always love actors clearly being against green screen. Though it does make you wonder why the hell Lucas put himself so close to the explosion. But we'll touch on that shortly. The film tries to make these people smart, but it always comes across a bit boneheaded. Take Clifton Collins Jr. revealing that he has a gun.
My gun goes where I go.
It seems like this big, oh fuck yeah, he's got a gun, this situation is under control now moment. Only he just uses the gun to shoot a lock off and access more guns. I'm sorry, but this armory makes the inclusion of this gun feel so fucking useless that I question why it would have even made it to the final draft. Just go to the armory in the first place. You literally just use the gun to blow off the lock. This is so stupid. Thankfully, it does come back in a pretty cool way later.
You.
Proof that you should always follow proper gun safety protocols. One of the biggest issues that I have with Mindhunters, and this could apply to most 2000s horror movies, is the editing choices. They're all edited together like they're a music video with quick flashes to try and give it some energy, but it just results in needless flashes. It gets so tiresome. Another thing that 2000s horror loves are twists, and Mindhunters has one of the silliest twists imaginable. Yet that just makes it even more fun. The whole movie, there's this mystery as to who the actual puppeteer is. At one point, they try to use the equipment that they find to search the island for the would-be killer. They even start to be suspicious of Clifton Collins Jr. and then LL Cool J. Turns out that LL is there to investigate Kilmer because people are concerned with Kilmer's training methods. What? Like stringing up dead animals and putting your trainees on a remote island aren't totally normal things to do? Blasphemy! Pretty much everyone gets accused of being the killer at some point.
What is the trap? Where is the trap?
They make an intriguing case for Sarah, but it's all just window dressing to try to hide the identity of the actual killer. As much as signs are all pointing to Kilmer being the one behind this all, they come across quite the violent scene, with Val being strung up like a fucking marionette. It's honestly a pretty cool visual. In fact, there are plenty of cool deaths in Mindhunters, from Slater getting blown apart to Patricia Velasquez dying from an acid-laced cigarette. There are also some lame ones like Ian Bailey just taking some arrows to the chest out of nowhere, or the off-screen decapitation of Rafe. After the most drawn-out fight scene with LL Cool J where they do their damnedest to make us believe that he's the killer, turns out that Lucas is the one behind it all. He felt that the FBI profilers would finally be worthy prey for him. Johnny Lee Miller absolutely eats every bit of scenery that he can during the reveal, and it's glorious.
So there I was, sitting next to the bodies of my parents, just waiting for someone to ask me, why so serious?
The best part of this whole twist is that Lucas guesses damn near every single thing that the profilers are going to do. They practically fall face first into his traps. But that also means he has a ridiculous level of planning that goes into the realm of unbelievable pretty easily. If you're paying attention, they actually do a pretty decent job of setting Lucas up as the killer. At one point, all of the profilers are drugged with their coffee cups. If you pay attention, there are actually only 6 cups despite there being 7 people. Better yet, Lucas comes in late, never getting a cup of coffee, yet seemingly passes out all the same. Which actually reminds me, I love how they do this stupid fake out, making it seem like Sarah died, only for her to go,
I just had the worst dream ever.
Damn it, Sarah. And sure, Sarah isn't the greatest lead. Her plan to get away from Lucas involves falling down some stairs, only for her to be caught by him moments later.
Before we continue with our video, here's a reminder to click the Store tab on any of our JoBlo channels and browse our collection of the latest and freshest designs in our merch store. Go get you some.
They both end up falling into the water, and Sarah just shoots him once they're out. It's so underwhelming, especially once you factor in some of the deaths that Lucas has caused. Feels like he's getting off pretty light. And what the hell is it about LL Cool J getting seemingly mortally wounded only to come back at the end?
I guess we found out his weakness. Bullets.
He does it not only here, but he did the exact same thing in Deep Blue Sea and Halloween H2O. This man is unkillable. Mindhunters is not a good movie, but damn it if it's not entertaining. Which is why I'm giving Mindhunters an awfully good rating of a B. Because any movie that thinks it's this smart while being so painfully stupid is worth the price of admission. And if you ever find yourself wanting to shut it off, just remember Val's words.
Finish it. Finish it, you selfish child.
It's awfully good. It's awfully good. It's awfully good.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.